I will invoke the Alien Enemies Act of 1798. Think of that. 1798. This was put there. 1798. That's a long time ago, right? To target and dismantle every migrant criminal network operating on American soil.
I want to be responsible and immediately jump into how it is utterly insane that he is going to classify the current immigration situation we have, where there's very few people actually crossing the border, and those who are here are taxpayers who commit crimes, including violent crimes and property crimes at much lower rates than native-born Americans, saying that that's the same thing as like, you know, the attack on Pearl Harbor. That seems kind of crazy. I want to focus on that stuff, but I just have to briefly mention, I will never get over the weird little tangents he goes on with the remarks that are prepared for him. I will invoke 1797. Dear God, that's old. Think about it. I haven't before because I've never heard of it until this very second.
What was that, like 100 years ago?
That's so long. Oh my God. Yeah, okay, it is a long time ago. Maybe think about that for a second. Maybe that's not in its favor that you're invoking it. Maybe we live in a different world. But anyway, he's gonna do it. And so why? What does that mean? What is he gonna do with this? Again, I'll get responsible. The law would grant the president sweeping power to target and deport undocumented immigrants while sidestepping the immigrant court system, which is facing huge case backlogs. The Department of Homeland Security announced on Tuesday that immigration detention has been maxed out. They haven't built, you know, like the massive concentration camps on the Texas border and in Guantanamo Bay, but they're working on that. That'll help. It's designed to be used during wartime or in the event of an invasion from a foreign nation. The act has only been invoked 3 times in US history, even though it's over 100 years old. Let's see, the most recent one was following Pearl Harbor. And legal experts argue that it would be difficult for Trump to legally justify invoking the law in the absence of a military attack or foreign invasion. Yeah, but is it though? I mean, sure, those foreign invasions were bad, but you have women selling empanadas on the side of the street. That can't be borne. We need to send in the Marines to get rid of her. And so what they don't have is an immigration issue that is so dire that we need a national emergency. What they need is to freak people out about a thing that doesn't exist. So how do you do that? Well, when you start invoking Pearl Harbor war powers, then a lot of people who aren't paying a ton of attention to the news will think, oh, I guess that's necessary. I guess we have to do that. No, we don't. We don't have to do that literally at all. He is choosing to do that, likely illegally, likely unconstitutionally. And by the way, this would be a great moment, I think, Brett, for all of those conservatives who for the last 30 years have been talking about like, oh, when the tyranny comes and they declare like martial law, I'm gonna get my AR-15, I'm gonna hide in the woods and I'm gonna take down the US government. You know, like the Alex Joneses and all of them. Well, I don't know, he's basically declaring that because there's, I don't know, a middle school science teacher that was born in Colombia. And so we gotta send in the 90th or whatever. And so that's what he's doing. By the way, this is active as of now. There will be lawsuits and everything as there have been for everything that he's done, but he's already done that. What do you think?
Yeah, this is like, I love how he's like, someone pointed out that you could do this 1798 law. And he's like, that's fun. And when he does those tangents, that's why people like him. Like, no, that's what I thought. That was old too. Everybody has that thought. Oh God, but he is saying it like he's very proud of it when he has no right to be proud of it. Like Hassan's been saying this. I just watched him on Theo Vaughn recently, but like he's like, yeah, who do you think is more destructive to your life right now? Like who has more power over ruining your life? Some dude from Guatemala who came over to like get a job, or like the person who will fire you in a heartbeat because they don't care about you? Or like the folks, the billionaires in there who are obviously enriching themselves at your expense. Your boss or some random dude who came here and is literally working all day in fields he's too tired to steal from you and ruin your life. We repeat those stats all the time. Like by and large, aside from what you might consider to be like the capital crime of just pursuing a better life, like American citizens commit more crimes as a percentage of population than immigrants. Like,
but again,
we're more dangerous, but you're not going to do it because they need someone to blame. And I guarantee you guys, after this happens, then you're going to not feel any better about the world. You could eliminate every immigrant from America and you would not feel any better about yourself. You'll feel worse because you got rid of what you perceived to be the problem and you're not happy. And that's gonna leave this void. Do what everybody else does. Complain about something, but don't really do anything about it because you know in your heart you just hate your dad or something. You're sad that your wife doesn't love you right now. And you didn't get the promotion because you didn't earn it or because maybe your boss is an a-hole. Hate your boss. Don't hate a Guatemalan dude.
We're learning a lot.
And the fact is, no, I love my dad. The fact is, like, the things that he's doing to, in his opinion, like get rid of these invaders, he's removing the judicial system. He is removing one of the three co-equal branches of government from the equation. So in order to, in his words, protect America, he's removing Americanness from it. And invoking something that was written before an amendment to the Constitution, which is harder to do than write a law, an amendment to the Constitution, which in many cases, like these people might be born in the United States. They're just gonna throw them out without due process. They might be throwing out innocent people. So they are going to go against the Constitution in order to satisfy something that they have determined to be the problem, but probably isn't.
Yeah. You just reminded me, there was a story. I have this thing that's supposed to save links for me. And there was a family that they deported, including the child who is in cancer treatment and is a US citizen and was deported with them. I gotta find a better way to save my links. But anyway, yeah, no, it's utterly reprehensible. And that's what they're doing. Thanks for watching our video. Did you know that you can support our show by becoming a subscriber? Just click the subscribe button and also ring the bell so that you get notifications when we're live or when we post new content.